We're here on game two. Here at game two, Cole Paveglio alongside you today. Stephen Buxton, our official scorer, as it's MLB China DC versus the Colonials here in Palm Springs Stadium. As we have a good matchup today on hand between MLB China DC and the Colonials. The Colonials on their season so far, 3-4. MLB China DC is 1-7, so both teams looking to add to their win total today. Colonials in the field first. They're sending out Jordan Watson on the mound, the southpaw, to face MLB China DC. The lineup for MLB China is Shin. Pen Ziyan is the DH. Batting second as it's a 10-man lineup today. Jonathan Haynes, Leo Chung Shun, Wan Kuyin, Zhou Jin Jones, Zheng Wei Shin, Young Chen Kwang, and Zhou Shin Pen, 1 through 10 for MLB China. In the fielding arrangement behind Watson is Roberson, the battery mate, Zaya, Davenport, Walker, and Macias as the infield around the horn. And the outfield from left to right, Carrillo, Conti, and Shoemaker. 352 the foul poles here in Palm Springs Stadium, 400 dead center. We're just about ready to get underway as it's Shin leading it off as the extra hitter for MLB China. MLB China, their last game lost. They've scored 31 runs on the season, allowed 66. First one to Shin is outside for a 1-0 count from Jordan Watson. Watson, the southpaw, works from the third base side of the mound, leg kicks and fires to Shin, and there's a 1-1 count now to Shin. This MLB China team has gotten off to a little rocky start here in the Coachella Valley. As the 1-1 from Watson is outside. Well, you just know with the skill that they've shown that they're due for a good outing anytime soon for manager Ray Chang. 2-1 here to Shin. Leg kick and fire from Watson. Check swing. They appeal down to John DeCesar. They say Shin went around. Jordan Watson looking for a strikeout here to start the afternoon. Just about noon. The 2-2 inside to Shin from Watson. Watson from Evangel University. The 3-2 is a walk there to lead it off for Shin. Just the way you want your leadoff batter to get on via the walk. To start the morning for MLB China now, Pen Ziyan due up now. Full squad on hand for MLB China today as their roster is spilling out into the stands today. First one outside to Ziyan from Watson. Shin, small leadoff from first, being held by Macias. And the check down to Macias on a ball that's in the dirt. Goes to a 1-1 count. Nice day on hand for PSCL baseball. Hit back up the middle, goes and Shin runs into second baseman Walker. I believe they're saying everyone is safe as attention now turns towards Walker, who got run into there a little bit by Hushin, who's now on second on what's being called an E4. And Coach Nate Lambden checking on Walker, is walking a little gingerly on that leg right now, is might have caught a cleat to the leg. And now Ray Chang going to talk it off with the field umpire if Hushin is out. They'll also draw out Nate Lambden to discuss what the call is being made. Coach Lambden checking on Walker here, though, as he's still walking a tad gingerly on that leg. Possibly going to be one out, but we'll wait to see. And they do call Hushin out on runner's interference, so one out here for MLB China. Penzion on first after the E4. And Jonathan Haynes due up now. Temperatures hovering around the hundreds here in the Coachella Valley, but beautiful day at Palm Springs Stadium. First one, Watson. Sets and fires outside of 1-0. One-0 count. Stays low from Watson. Goes to 2-0 quickly. Watson doing some groundskeeping of his own around the mound. 2-0 count. Checks Zion on the 2-0, and last one inside goes to a 3-0 count. 3-0 count here to Jonathan Haynes. First baseman today for MLB China DC. Watson works from the stretch and fires a called strike. Swept back inside. Goes to 3-1 to Haynes. No real win today here at Palm Springs Stadium. 3-1 from Watson, chopped left side. Takes a nasty hop off the glove of Davenport, and everyone is safe. There is an error. Zion goes to second, and Haynes is on first. Scored an error on Davenport. Took a nasty hop right before it got to his glove. No fault of Davenport's. Watson fires the first pitch here to Leo Chung-shun. Goes by Judge as he wears the number 99 on his red uniform, gray pants and white numbers, and the MLB logo on the chest for MLB China DC. The 1-0 to Chung-shun called a strike. Evens it up 1-1. Colonials red jerseys as well, white numbers and white lettering across their jerseys. White pants, though, the one thing difference. The 1-1, a swinging strike on Chung-shun. That was actually a strikeout there for Chung-shun. So the first strikeout of the day for Watson. Very hard to differentiate the two teams. Got to be looking at the pants to notice the difference, and you just got to keep tracking your scorebook if you're keeping one at home. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Big lead off there by Zion. As Won Koo-yin, open stance, up to bat now, facing Watson. First pitch from Watson in there for a strike. Watson mostly working ahead in hitters against so far. The 0-1 sweeps in for a strike, 0-2. Watson featuring what looks like a slider. That's sliding back into the zone and looks like he's going to hit Kuyin a few times. The 0-2 stands Kuyin upright, goes to 1-2. MLB China got their first one a few days ago. They stand at 1-7. The Colonials at 3-4. The 1-2 to Kuyin goes too low. 2-all count. And deuces are wild. 2 on, 2 out, 2-2 count. We're here in the top of the first. Kuyin looking to strike forced for MLB China. 2-2, Watson fires outside. Full count here. Runners will be taken off on the next pitch. Watson gets the ball back and walks around the mound before towing the rubber again. He works from the third base side, working from the stretch here in the full count. Delivers outside, and Kuyin draws a good walk there. And bases now loaded for MLB China, as they're looking to get a big run on the board here in the top of the first. Joe Yan up to bat now, the left fielder today for MLB China. Watson, long pause. Sets at the chest. Delivers the 0-0 to Yan. Called strike. Joe Yin make it. The 0-1 to Yin. A swinging strike for Yin, and the MLB China is down to their last strike here at the top of the first. 0-2 count. Watson peers in. Checks the runner on third. That's Ziyan. And fires outside. 1-2. Good take there by number 43. That's Joe Yin. 1-2. Watches it outside. Back to a 2-2 count for Yin. Yin, the left fielder today for MLB China DC. Bases loaded, 2-2 count, 2 outs. Top of the first, 0-0 game. Watson delivers a 2-2, and that's one straight back fouled. Keeps that 2-all. And Rihanna Wase from the Colonials trying to be the first one to get the foul ball. Two again from Watson, and there's a swinging strike to set down Joe Yin to end the first. For MLB China, no runs, no hits, 1 error, and the bases were left loaded here in the top of the first, 0-0 game. We head to the bottom of the first here on the PNCL Broadcasting Network.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about. Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $29.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Back here in the bottom of the first on the PSCL Broadcasting Network, Cole Paveglio alongside you today, our official scorer for Game 2 between MLB China and the Colonials is Stephen Buxton, so he's the one keeping track of balls and strikes for us. Sung Ji Chi, the starter on the mound today for MLB China. The lineup for the Colonials, Lucas Shoemaker leads off in a 1-0 count. So Ji Chi now evens up at 1-1. Kason Davenport bats second. Plays short. Trinity Balan, the DH, batting third. Ramon Macias, first baseman, cleanup spot. 1-1 here to Schumacher from Ji Chi is fouled off left side. Thomas Carrillo, the left fielder, batting fifth. Joseph Conti batting sixth, playing center field. Batting seventh, Tino Zaya playing the hot corner. Mark Roberson, the backstop, will bat eighth, and rounding off the lineup for the Colonials, Brooks Walker playing second base. And 1-2 count here to Lucas Schumacher, and Ji Chi wanted a new baseball there. And a 1-2 count. Ji Chi works from the first base side of the rubber, works from the set, fires the 1-2 outside. 2-all count to Schumacher. 2-all. Ji Chi sets at the waist. Leg kick fires, and a swinging strike. It was actually fouled off to the left side. So we'll do the 2-2 again. Ji Chi for Schumacher. Two all again. Ji Chi sets. Gets the sign he likes, delivers the 2-2. And breaking ball that snaps well outside. All the way to the left-handed batter's box. Now a full count. Against Lucas Schumacher, the right fielder today for the Colonials. Nate Lambden, the manager slash coach for the Colonials. Schumacher from College of San Mateo in a 3-2 count. Swinging strikeout as Ji Chi set him down with an off-speed pitch for out number one. Good sequence there by Ji Chi. Set him up with the hard stuff and knock him down with the change. Kason Davenport up to bat now. Davenport from Cisco College watches the first one outside a 1-0 count. Davenport awaits. Big swing, strike one. Evens it up, 1-1. 1-1 count, 1 out. 2 Davenport. Swinging strike 2 as it goes to 1-2. 2 Davenport from Ji-Chi. And Cisco College from Cisco, Texas. 1-2, Ji-Chi looking for back-to-back strikeouts. The 1-2, he delivers. It's fouled off by Davenport. Cisco College, part of the NJCAA, that's the National Junior College Athletic Association. So a JUCO Bandit, Kaysen Davenport, looking to keep the at-bat alive or get a hit here in a 1-2 count. Watches it outside. 2-all now. 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Game 1 between the Coyotes and the Haymakers was a nail-biter up to the last run scored as ended a 2-1 walk-off. The 2-2, Davenport pops it up right side. Backtracking here is Jones, and Jones will field it for out number 2 on the F9. A close game 1 between the Haymakers and the Coyotes as the Haymakers took it 2-1 on a walk-off error to give the Haymakers their victory today. First one here to Trinity Belan is low. From University of Wisconsin, Plateville. 1-0 to Trinity Belan. Ji-Chi fires and Belan swings out one upstairs, goes to 1-all. Belan stands upright, slightly open offset stance, hands at the chest, watches it 2-1. Belan, one of the backstops for the Colonials, the DH today. 2-1 count from Ji-Chi, and that was hit back up at Ji-Chi, and Belan has a single, the first hit of the day for the Colonials on the one straight back up the middle. Almost took Ji-Chi along with it as he just got out of the way for the first hit. For the Colonials, Ramon Macias now up to bat. Left-handed batter pitched yesterday for the Colonials. Macias from Chico State. First at-bat here, watches it. Outside, 1-0 count. Here to Macias. 1-0, Ji-Chi fires. Low. Goes to 2-0. Ji-Chi with a 3/4 arm angle. Sometimes almost over the top. 2-0. Is up and out. Goes to a 3-0 count to Macias. Macias, no batting gloves. 1 helmet flap. 3-0 count here from Ji-Chi as a called strike at the knees. Goes to 3-1. Colonials and MLB China today. Mentioned Colonials 3-4 on the season. MLB China 1-7. A full count now to Macias. Last one called a strike. Full count, 2 outs. Belan will be taken off for second. We'll see what the Colonials can provide here. 3-2. Pop up left side. Drifting back is the shortstop. That's Wei Shin, and that drops down. There's a It's called an error, as I believe that one was a hit, as Wei Shin didn't get to it, didn't make a play on it. And a hit there for Macias. Runners at the corners now for the Colonials. 2 outs. 2 hits here for the Colonials. Now, Thomas Carrillo, left fielder for the Colonials. First pitch from Ji Chi is just below the hollow of the knees for a 1-0 count. Macias on first. Boleyn at third. That one's back up the middle off the bat of Carrillo. That will score. Boleyn and runners at first and second now after the RBI single for Carrillo. Makes it a 1-0 game on 3 back-to-back singles. Back-to-back-to-back. Joseph Conti now up to bat. 5'10" junior from Tracy, California. Modesto Junior College. Center fielder today for Coach Nate Lambden. Watches the first one called strike on the outer black. 0-1 count. Ji Chi looking to limit the damage though here. Against the Colonials as they're up 1-0. The 0-1 called a strike outside. 0-2 here to Joseph Conti. 0-2 Ji Chi looking for a strikeout here would be a big one. The 0-2 breaking ball does not snap in. Macias takes third. And Macias, as it gets by the third baseman, Macias will score standing up. Makes it 2-0. That one went off the glove of Chung Shun and Wei Shin as well. Belinda and Macias now scoring. Makes it a 2-0 lead for the Colonials. And a 1-2 count here to Joseph Conti. After the pass ball allowed Carrillo to advance 90 feet to second and Macias to score from third. The 1-2 is outside. Looked like the same place as a ball that was called a strike earlier. Now 2-all count. 2 outs, runner on second. 2 runs across already here in the bottom of the first for the Colonials. 2-2 Ji Chi delivers. Chopper straight back to Ji Chi, and he handles it and flips it over to Haynes for out number 3. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. The Colonials lead it 2-0 over MLB China after 1 here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Like a family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family-oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history, experiencing our scenic trails, getting that perfect souvenir. Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Back here, top of the second, Jordan Watson. Last few warm-up tosses before he's set to face 7, 8, and 9 of MLB China. This is Jones leading off. Junwei Shin will follow, and Yongchen Kwang is where we're at in the order. For MLB China, got no runs, no hits, 3 left on. 2 in the first, so they threatened but did not scratch across a run. First one from Watson. Sidearm delivery, stays low. Goes to a 1-0 count. To Jones. 1-0. Called a strike. Seemed like a wide strike zone here. In game 2, 1-1 count. 1-1, Watson working from the full motion. Leg kicks and fires the 1-1. Called a strike. 1-2. Jones in a hole here. The 1-2 count. One, two. Watson. Leg kicks, delivers the 1-2. Stays high and outside. 2-all count now to Jones. Watson delivers, fouled straight back. Right down the heart of the plate. Keeps it at 2-2 count. Jones looking to get the first hit for MLB China here on this Friday now afternoon. Full count after the last one, just upstairs. Trying to get Jones to chase. Watson looking for strikeout number 2. Full count from Watson. There is strikeout number 2 right on cue. Sits down Jones. Junwei Shin now up to bat, and Jones expanded the strike zone a good bit there, trying to protect. Came up empty. For out number 1 here in the top of the second. It's MLB China. Still looking for hit number 1 today. Junwei Shin hits it back up the middle, gets by the glove of Watson, and then gets by the glove of Davenport. And there is hit number 1 for MLB China as it got by everyone's glove. Good effort, though, by Watson and Davenport, giving it a good wave at the ball. Just too well struck by Wei Shin. Now Yongchen Kwang, the backstop for MLB China today. Watson working from the stretch now again. Fires outside. 1-0 to the backstop. Wei Shin on first. Watson fires the 1-0 in there for a strike. Top of the zone. Goes to 1-1 to Chen Kwang. The 1-1 stays outside. 2-1 count here to the backstop. Watson can roll a double play here with a well-placed pitch, the 2-1. Watson delivers outside a called strike, and seems like we'll have a wide zone today as it's now 2-2. 2-2 count after that last pitch, called a strike outside. Now a full count here. Watson looking for another strikeout, would be his third. The full count. Fly ball just behind the infield, though, and Davenport calls everyone off and fields it for out number 2. So 2 down. Here in the top of the second for MLB China DC. And Zhou Shinpin up to bat now. Second baseman for MLB China, wearing the number 8. Watson, a low 3/4, called a strike. Right at the knees. 0-1 count. And Shinpin 1 foot out of the box to get the signs from Coach Ray Chang. The 0-1 outside, called ball. Seen a few in that same lateral position called a strike, but that one called a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. Watson, low 3/4 delivery, popped up by Shinpin and finds its home in the glove of Walker for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no error, 1 left on for MLB China. They're down 2-0 after an inning and a half as the Colonials do up next here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Colonials set to bat for their second time against Song Jae-chi. This is Joseph Conti, Tio Zaya, and Mike Roberson due up for the Colonials. Zaya hammers one foul. Zaya from Waldemar, California. Spring Hill College. He's a sophomore there, just finished his sophomore season. Stands at 5'10", 160. Bats and throws left-handed. Two-way player there for Spring Hill College in an 0-1 count here against Song Jae-chi. The 0-1 from Ji-chi. A breaking ball in there for a strike. 0-2 count quickly to Zaya. Oh-2. Zaya looking to avoid the strikeout. Be Ji-chi's second one. Zaya steps out of the box. Takes a warm-up cut. And digs back in. The 0-2. G-Chi sets, leg kicks, and fires, and that one's rocketed straight to the glove of Haynes for out number 1. That one, 92 off the bat, just found the glove of Haynes for out number 1. Big out number 1 as loud off the bat. Mike Roberson now up to bat from Minooka, Illinois. He's a Logan College commit. First time facing G-Chi today. Watches it outside, 1-0 count to the backstop. 6'1", 190 is what he's billed at. Roberson awaits the 1-0. Watches it outside. Quickly 2-0 to Roberson. Both have been low. To the 6-1 backstop. Awaits the 2-0. G-Chi. To his motion, and Roberson, big healthy hack, comes up empty. Goes to a 2-1 count. To the backstop wearing number 13. Slight crouch, hands waggling, 2-1. 3-1 now. G-Chi missed well outside. G-Chi ready to fire the 3-1. Delivers it in there for a called strike. Catches the inner half. To draw it to a full count against Mike Roberson. Bat angled down on the shoulder. Brings it back up. 3-2, fouled back. Go back over into Sunrise Park. Over on the first base side. Keeps it full. Full count again from G-Chi. Long pause here as he gets the sign from Chen Kwong. G-Chi delivers the full count, and Roberson draws the walk. As he draws the long battle to a walk. And a courtesy runner here for the Colonials catcher, Mike Roberson. Is running for him is Haruta Indo from Minnesota West. First one to Brooks Walker in the dirt. Bounces a few feet ahead of him. Walker, 5'11", 206. Utility man from Cabrillo College. Slightly hunched over, swinging strike 1. 1-1 to the second baseman today. He got tangled up earlier with Shin. MLB China's Shin was trying to advance to second base. Hard foul ball on the ground. Third base side. Draws it to 1-2. Walker will step out of the batter's box, takes a few steps around, stares at the batter and resets in the batter's box. 1-2. Hands slightly moving. Chopper left side, fielded by Wei Shin, goes to Shin Pin, and Shin Pin will just hold it on in his pocket for the 1 out. On the fielder's choice. Recorded out number 2. Walker on first. And Lucas Schumacher up to bat again. Schumacher from San Mateo, California. First time against G-Chi. Popped out to the right fielder. Now in a 1-1 count. 5'11", 190. Just finished his freshman year at College of San Mateo, and 1-2 Schumacher, and that almost hits him right on the visor of the helmet. Just missing him barely. Goes to a 1-1 count. Little dust-off pitch, maybe setting up something outside the 1-1. To Schumacher, hard hit left side, gets to the infield, and there's a single for Schumacher. Runners on first and second now. The fourth hit of the day for the Colonials. 2 outs. Now for Cason Davenport. Davenport flew out to right field in the first. Could do some damage here if he shoots one down the right field line, as there's a big gap as the MLB China team swung over to the left side. That one's dropping into right field. Coming home to score here, it'll be a play at the plate. Walker scores, standing up, and now coming home is Schumacher in a play at the plate. Schumacher scores, and Davenport takes third as no one was paying attention to him anymore. So 2-run score on the play, making it 4-0 for the Colonials on 2 hits there on that play. 2 RBIs there for Davenport as he's all the way on third, and not too sure if he'll score that a double, triple, or single. And it's a single for Davenport. Just a single RBI for Davenport. His ball did get by the backstop of Shen Kwong, and first pitch to Trinity Boleyn is in there for a strike. 0-1 to Trinity Boleyn. Boleyn from Modesto Gregori High School. 1-1. Chopper left side. Fielded on the front hand for Chang Shun. Gets it over to first for the third out, but not before the Colonials strike with 2 on the board on 2 hits. 1 error and 1 left on. Colonials lead it 4-0 after 2 full innings here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
Locations with something for everyone. Stuffed Pizza Bar and Grill.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
We're through 2 full innings, and the Colonials lead MLB China through 2 full turns at the bat. Hush Shin now up to bat for MLB China. His first at-bat drew a walk. Would be big if he could do the same here. To get a leadoff runner for MLB China as they're down 4-0. And a swinging strike by Hushin from Jordan Watson. 0-1. Watson, leg kick, delivers. Little cue shot off the bat. Drifts foul. Goes 0-2 quickly to Hushin, the extra hitter today. For MLB China. Watson, ready to go. Fires the 0-2. That one's inside to Hushin. Draws it to a 1-2 count. Roberson retrieves the ball. Gets it back to Watson. Colonials entered today 3-4. They're looking to play 500 ball with a victory here. The 1-2 chopped left side. Gets by manager and third base coach Ray Chang. Keeps it at 1-2. Colonials have held their opponents to 35 runs. 28 runs scored, respectively, for Colonials. Fouled off by Hushin. So Colonials right now at their run average per game with 4, as they've scored 28 in 7 games. The 1-2 from Watson to Hushin is at the eye level. Goes to 2-2. China scored 31 runs in 8 games. The 2-2 stays outside again. Makes it a full count. Just about 4 runs a game as well for MLB China with those 31. Full count from Watson, and Hushin draws the walk. And leading it off again with the walk at the top of the order for Pin Ziyan, who hit into a fielder's choice in the first inning. First one to Pin Ziyan, back check by Roberson, and Hushin is in there safely on the called ball. 1-0 to Pin Ziyan. No outs. Top of the third. Colonials lead it 4-0. 1-0 Watson fires outside. Goes to 2-0 quickly to Pin Ziyan, who was stranded on third. That one's chopped foul. He was stranded on third to end the first in a bases loaded situation. 2-1 count to Pin Ziyan. Back up the middle. Straight at the center fielders. He makes a diving play. Conti lays out for out number 1. As it started dying on him, and he had to turn on the jets and eventually leave his feet for the out for Pin Ziyan. Jonathan Haynes reached via an E6 in the first, eventually got to second base. Did not score. Taking off for first here is Hushin on a hit and run, and he'll have to retreat back. His putting it into play is Haynes into right field, and right fielder Schumacher fields it for the second out. 2 down for MLB China. Leo Chung Shun, third baseman, now up to bat. In Chung Shun's first at bat, he struck out looking. Actually swing as he watches that one. A breaker that stays out of the zone. Goes to 1-0 to Chung Shun. The 1-0 from Watson. Chopped foul right off the plate and right off of Chung Shun. Evens it up 1-1. Watson peers in, gets the signs. Checks on Shin. Delivers the 1-1 in the dirt, and Shin was taken off for second already, and he will be in there safely standing up on the stolen base. On the pass ball. 2-1 count. After the last one shot by Mike Roberson. Watson delivers below the knees in the dirt. 3-1. 3-1 count here to Chung Shun, the third baseman today for MLB China. 3-1 is upstairs, and Chung Shun draws the walk. Runners at first and second now for MLB China. For Won Ku Yin, who drew a walk in his first plate appearance. He'll be looking to do the same here, the center fielder. 2 outs, top of the third. 4-0 Colonials lead. The 0-0 from Watson. Ku Yin pops it up on the infield. Drifting under it is Walker, and he'll catch it in the leather for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left on for MLB China. They're down 4-0 to the Colonials here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network. New pitcher on the mound for MLB China DC as Ji Chi's day is done on the mound. Enters the 5'9", 160, Jung Huh. Set to face Ramon Macias, Thomas Carrillo, and Joseph Conti. 4-5-6 of the Colonials as the Colonials are up 4-0. After 2 in the first, 2 in the second is if things continue on that path. Colonials will put up 2 here. as it was Walker and Schumacher scoring in the second. It was Belen and Ramon Macias scoring in the first to make it a 4-0 game for the Colonials and Coach Nate Lambden. Ray Chang, the coach for MLB China DC, has gained a few extra warm-up tosses as Jung Ho now ready to face Ramon Macias. Ramon Macias versus Jung Ho for the first time. Macias, one of the good batters on this Colonials team. These Colonials are looking to go 4-4 with the victory here today. As in the Northern Division, they're behind the Blue Sox, Bootleggers, and Coyotes, ahead of the Bombers. 1-0 count to Macias. Long set from Jung Huh. Big leg kick. Inside goes 2-0. Bombers not yet in the win column on their season. 0-8 for the Bombers. Colonials 3-4, as previously mentioned. Coyotes entered the day 4-3, as well as the Bootleggers. Macias chops it foul. Goes to 2-1. Blue Sox leading the Northern Division at 5-2. Coached by Reed Santos, pitching coach for the Power and College of the Desert. And in the South, Lumberjacks 8-0. Strike called to Macias. 2-2 count now. Lumberjacks coached by Sam Deep Mateo. Rush behind them at 5-2. A's coached by Jimmy Johnson 4-4. 2-2 here from Jung Huh to Ramon Macias. Bats from the crouch. Hands swinging, and he goes down swinging. That one goes by the glove of Haynes on the drop third strike, and they can't complete the 2-3 put out on the E2. Macias strikes out and gets to first still on the E2. Haymakers behind the A's in the Southern Division at 3-4, and then MLB China at 1-7 in the Southern Division. They've also had a rather tough schedule so far. No outs here for Thomas Carrillo as he ropes one foul. 0-1 to Carrillo now. Carrillo awaits Macias on first. Looking for a double play here is the second baseman Shin Pin, and it's called strike. 0-2. Quickly to Thomas Carrillo. Graduated from Sierra High School this year. From Manteca, California. 0-2. One starting to pick up a little bit from the outfield. The 0-2 goes outside. Center fielder Ku Yin. Few steps to his left. So a big gap in left center field. If Carrillo could drop one there in left center field, he'll likely have a double the 1-2 and a strikeout looking. And strikeout number one for Jung Huh. Sets down Carrillo, as that's technically strikeout number two, as Macias also went down on K's, but was a drop third strike and couldn't complete the 2-3 put out. And Joseph Conti now up to bat, the center fielder. 0 for 1 on the day with a ground out back in the first as that one is sent to Sunrise Park off the bat of Joseph Conti. 0-1. MLB China looking to roll up a double play ball here. Bottom of the third, Colonials lead it 4-0. One out, 0-1 count. That one bounces, takes the bat off of Chen Kwong, and Macias will take second, standing up on the wild pitch as that one took a bounce in the dirt before it hit off of Chen Kwong. So Macias on second, Conti in a 1-1 count. Shin Pin holding Macias, so big gap on the infield between first and second. The 1-1. That one's hit right side. That one's drifting foul. Also the bat of Conti goes to 1-2. No double play opportunity here anymore for Jung Huh to roll up a double play. Get a third strikeout here for the second out. 1-2. Gets the sign from Chen Kwong. Likes what he sees. Long check on Macias. Delivers the 1-2, and it's too low. As we have a backfield update as it's 5-3, the Bootleggers looking for their 5th victory of the season. Two-two count. That one's outside to Conti. Bootleggers and rush today. Finishes 5-3. Full count here, and it's a strikeout looking. The third strikeout of the inning for Jung Huh. Just for the second out, though, after the drop third strike to start the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts looking, though. And Tio Zaya looking to avoid a 4-up and 4-down inning. Lined out in the second. Straight to the glove of Haynes at first. Offset stance awaits and swinging for strike one for Tio Zaya. The other backfield game today is the Lumberjacks and the Blue Sox, and we'll provide updates as we get them from back there on the turf field. The 0-1 count as Jung Huh steps off. Coyotes lost their game earlier to the Haymakers. So the Coyotes are 4-4 on the season, so Colonials could tie them for the fourth, technically third spot with a victory here over MLB China. 0-2 count. Now to Zaya. Jung Huh looking for a fourth strikeout here in his first inning of work. The 0-2. Sets below the chin. Small leg kick and a fourth strikeout there for Jung Huh. And that's 3 up and 3 down after a drop third strike to lead it off. And the putout cannot be completed as Macias stranded on second. No runs, no hits. 1 error and 1 left on for the Colonials. They lead it 4-0 through 3 here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
There's something winning in the agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Watson continues his time on the mound for the Colonials as he's blanked MLB China so far. Joe Yin leading off here for MLB China. Creeping on in is Zion at third, and the pitch from Watson is outside. Joe Yin strikeout in the first to end the first inning. 2-0 count quickly to Joe Yin. Watson sets at the chest, goes to the full motion, delivers the 2-0, a swinging strike for Joe Yin. Watson readjusts the hat quickly. Sets back up 2-1. Slides and delivers the 2-1 for a ball, 3-1. Here to Joe Yin. A walk drawn by Joe Yin. That's 3 times on the day that the leadoff batter for MLB China reaches via the walk. First one, called a ball to Jones, the right fielder today. The 1-0, high and outside, goes to 2-0 quickly from Watson. Fouled back off the bat of Jones. Goes to a 2-1 count. Watson. New ball appears in. Delivers a 2-1. Hard hit ball right side. That will drop in shallow right field for Jones. And Jones reaches with the single. And Joe Yin goes to second base. On the ball that dropped right behind the head of Macias in shallow right field, and Schumacher being the one to cut it off and keep the runners where they are. First pitch here to Jun Wei Shin. Called a strike at the knees after Jones reached with the single. Big swinging strike there for Junwei Shin. 0-2 count quickly. Oh, 2 count to Wei Shin. Watson delivers outside and Roberson blocks it, keeps it in front of him. One, 2 count. Wei Shin singled in the second. The lone hit before Jones's. 1-2, bounces, takes the nasty hop, and that gets by Roberson, and the runners will advance 90 feet. Doesn't go far enough away, though, for Zhou Yin to score from second. But he's on third now, and Jones on second for a 2-2 count. To Junwei Shin. Watson in danger of giving up his first run to MLB China. Two count. Watson, long check. Checks on Zhou Yin. Delivers the 2-2 and a strikeout called on a pitch low and outside. Catches the corner for out number 1. Strikeout number 3 for Watson. Set to face Young Chen Kwong, the backstop for MLB China today. First pitch from Watson, a swinging strike. Chen Kwong swung through it. For strike number 1, 0-1. To the backstop, Chen Kwong, slightly open stance, stands upright. 1 out, hands extended from the body. Waves him around a bit. 0-1 called a strike. On an outside pitch. Goes to 0-2. As we've mentioned, it's been a wide strike zone on the outer part of the plate to right-handed batters. The 0-2 upstairs. Goes to 1-2 with 1 out. Runners at second and third. For MLB China. One, 2, Watson. Ready to go, and he delivers a swinging strikeout again for the second out. Zhou Shinpin looking to tack on a run for MLB China as they've so far been set down quietly through the first 3 innings. Colonials lead it 4-0. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Number 10 batter up to go. The batter, 10th of the lineup, check swing, went around. Broke the plane for strike 1, 0-1. To Shinpin. Oh, 1. Watson checks on the lead runner, Zhou Yin. Ready to go, delivers the 0-1. Back up the middle, and that one will drop in on the infield. But making a great run in play is Davenport, but the run scores for MLB China. So an infield single for Zhou Shinpin and an RBI on the play. Scores MLB China's first run of the day. They're down 4-1. After 2 hits here in the 4th, runners at the corners for MLB China. Back to the top of the order, Hush Shin. 2 walks on his day. Watch the first one for a ball. Shin can draw it near as that one goes by Roberson's glove, and coming on home here is the man from third, Jones. Makes it a 4-2 game, and just like that, the deficit is cut down to 2. Shinpin on second now after Jones scores from third pass ball. Or wild pitch. irregardless. 2-0 count for Jonathan Haynes. Make that hush in. 2-0 count, 2 outs. 4-2 game. Colonials lead it still. Top of the fourth. Watson still on the mound for the Colonials, and that one almost hits shin pennant. It goes into center field, trying to cut him down at third as Conti catches him trying to advance 90 feet. And that is out number 3. MLB China tacks on 2 hits. No errors, no left on. They're down 4-2 after 3.5. We head to the bottom of the fourth here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Hey Power Baseball fans, looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $29.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Eight, 9, and 1 due up for the Colonials. Mike Roberson will lead it off. Brooks Walker and Lucas Shoemaker will follow. Facing Jung Huh for their first times. Roberson watches one outside. 1-0 count to the backstop. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. 4-2 game. Colonials lead it. It'll be China tacked on 2. In the top of this inning. Called a strike to Roberson. 1-1 count. They scored an RBI hit by Joe Shinpin in a wild pitch that got by Roberson. 1-1. Stays low, goes to 2-1. To Roberson. Jung Hunt leg kick fires. Called strike above the letters. 2-2 count. Roberson not too happy with the call. Takes a step out of the box to readjust. Digs back in. Taps the plate a few times. Roberson ready to go again. 2-2. 2-2. Poked. Foul. Keeps it at 2-all. No outs. Bottom of the fourth. 4-2 game. Second baseman Shinpin over towards first, so big gap up the middle. 2-2. Roberson hits it straight back at Shinpin as he attempts a diving play, and Roberson going for second as the two outfielders couldn't converge on it quick enough, and Roberson with a stand-up double as Kuyin and Jones couldn't converge on it quick enough. So a two-bagger for Roberson to lead off the bottom of the fourth. Colonials looking to add a few more runs. The courtesy runner for the catcher Roberson. Brooks Walker reached on a fielder's choice in the second and eventually came around to score. Fights it off the hands, foul. 0-1 count. To the second baseman. No outs. Roberson's runner on second. Walker slightly hunched over stance. Feet straight up. Slight bend of the knees, the 0-1. Hard grounder, left side, shoots, foul. Goes 0-2 for the second baseman, Brooks Walker. Jung Hun looking to set down Walker and looking for his fifth strikeout after a 4-strikeout inning. Yes, you heard that correctly, 4 strikeouts. After the leadoff batter struck out on a drop third strike, and MLB China cannot complete the put out. So Ramon Macias reached to lead off the third, even though he struck out, and Jung Hun continued to strike out the rest of the Colonials. The 0-2 here to Walker inside. 1-2. Force Walker to stand a little straighter and scoot out of the way a bit. As it's 3-1, the Blue Sox lead over the Lumberjacks back on the turf field. One-two. Jung Hun sets, checks on Roberson's runner. Roberson runner trying to take off for second, but stumbled. So stuck close to second base. Now a 2-2 count. Two-two. Jung Huh checks a few times on Roberson's runner. A check swing, and Walker goes around, and applying the chag is Chin Kwong for a strikeout, for out number 1 for the Colonials. Lucas Shoemaker now up to bat. Shoemaker on the day, a strikeout, a single, and came around to score. His 2 at-bats. Courtesy runner for Roberson on second. 1 out. 4-2 game. Bottom of the fourth. No real breeze here today in the Coachella Valley. And the first pitch from Jung Hun, and Roberson's runner is caught up in a pickle now as he stumbled going towards third. And we'll see if MLB China can tag him out, and they do. There's out number 2. Now Lucas Shoemaker looking to keep the inning alive for the Colonials. After it was Haruto Indo who was running for Roberson. Got caught in the pickle. Pitches upstairs to Shoemaker. 1-0 count. Shoemaker waits the 1-0 from Jung Huh. Jung Huh, big leg kick, delivers. Shoemaker fouls it back. 1-1 now. After the foul ball, got over the netting. Went over to the park. The 1-1. Called time at home plate. Play ball, says the home plate umpire, and Jung Huh, who works slowly, delivers the pitch. A big swing and strike. There's a strikeout here. That's actually just a 2-2 count, and Shoemaker knew it was a 2-1 count, and he was about the only one that did. Is MLB China thought they were off the field as well. All 9 of them started to run towards the first base dugout. 2-2, 2 outs. No one on for the Colonials. Hard hit ball left side, shot foul by Shoemaker. Keeps it at 2-2. Two count. Jung Huh, long set, long pause, delivers the 2-2, and there's a strikeout that Shoemaker is not happy about. No runs, no hits. Actually, 1 hit. No errors and no one left on for the Colonials. They lead it after 4-2. And MLB China set to bat. Top of the 5th here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Top of the order due up for MLB China DC is last inning. Ended in a runner caught in a pickle. Hush Shin, Penzi Yan, and Jonathan Haynes due up. First one to Hush Shin, called a strike. On the outer black, makes it 0-1 count. Watson delivers the 0-1. Foul straight back and towards the booth, but to the right of us. Had one come into the booth just the other day when it was a different crew on the call. 0-2 here to Watson as he delivers and called a ball. Above the letters, 1 and 2. And the crew of E.J. Sanchez and Steven Buxton, the 1-2 is upstairs. Neither of them made the play, though. They let it hit the laptop unceremoniously. Neither former baseball player could make a play on the ball. The 2-2, a strikeout there for Watson, and Roberson trying to throw it down to Zaya. Airmails it after the strikeout. But you got to be thinking, if you're keeping an eye on the game the whole time, someone would have made a try on the ball, and neither of them did. For 1 out. Chopped foul back by Penzi Yan. Goes 0-1. On count, Watson works a bit quicker. Chopped foul, third base side, off the bat of Penzi Yan. Goes 0-2. 1 out here. The top of the 5th is that 3-1 Blue Sox over the Lumberjacks was the final, as the games on the turf field are already done. So 1-2 count to Penzi Young. Another strikeout for Jordan Watson. Jonathan Haynes now up to bat for MLB China DC. Haynes on the day, reached on an error and flew out in his 2 at-bats. Watson leg kick and delivers. Roberson has to block it to keep it from getting by anyone. That one looks like it took a piece of his thigh with it, as Roberson has to do a few hops to get the feeling back in the leg. Looks like he caught the inside of the thigh. Seems rather okay. 1-0 count after the ball in the dirt. Watson ready to get back to work, though. The 1-0. Leg kick fire. Big pop-up left side, and everyone is lost in the outfield, and it drops way foul, but no one had a good beat on that one, as it goes all the way to the batting cages. Down the third base side, but Carrillo and Zaya and Davenport all lost it in the lights, or in the sun, as we're just a little past the 1 o'clock hour. 1-1 count to Jonathan Haynes. Watson, who works quick, delivers the 1-1. Pop up right side this time. Drifting forward is Macias, and Macias will run out of room. And another life here for Jonathan Haynes in a 1-2 count. Macias just needed an extra few feet to be able to make the play in foul territory, but just out of the reach of the first baseman. 1-2 Watson again. He fires in a pop-up back behind Macias at first base. Charging on is the right fielder, and the right fielder, Shoemaker, loses it That drops in for an E9. They're actually calling it a hit now for. And there's a debate going on now in the booth of if it's an E9 or a hit for Jonathan Haynes. So we'll give you the official scoring once we have it as well. Now Leo Chung-shun up to bat. MLB China has 4 hits on the board, so that means Jonathan Haynes awarded with a single as that one dropped in no man's land, and they're saying this one hits Chung-shun. Runners on first and second now for MLB China after the hit by pitch. And one Ku Yin up to bat now for MLB China. Ku Yin. Base on balls in the first and a pop out in the third. Pops this one foul. Drifting back to the third base side. Well out of play. 0-1 here to Ku Yin. Watson doing some groundskeeping right around the mound. Watson works from the third base side of the rubber, peers in. Spins the ball in his hand a bit, checks on the runners. Delivers the 0-1. Slider low and outside. Goes to 1-1. Game started at about 12:34, so about an hour and 42 minutes into this one. 2-1 count after that one's upstairs. Watson ready to go for the 2-1. Ku Yin, open stance awaits. Watches it low, 3-1. Was someone warming up in the Colonials bullpen for a second, but no one out there now. 3-1 count for Watson. Set to go again. Delivers the 3-1 outside, a walk to load them full for MLB China. Haynes on third. Chung-shun on second. We've got a pinch hitter here for MLB China, replacing Joe Yin. This is number 25, Owen Stevenson. Big Owen Stevenson at 6'4", 240. Looks like he could be a middle linebacker more than a baseball player, but here on the diamond in Palm Springs Stadium, the 0-0 upstairs to Stevenson. After Ku Yin drew the walk. Pinch hitter here for Joe Yin. It's Owen Stevenson. First pinch hitter of the game here in the fifth. As Colonials usually make a lot of their changes here at this time of game, so we'll be sure to keep an eye out on all the changes that they'll make here. Their next turn up to bat. The 1-1 count here to Stevenson. No outs. Stevenson fouls it back straight towards the booth. I don't even know where that one landed. It didn't make a clang or anything, and must have gone past the booth, actually. Usually you hear accommodating clang when it does hit the booth. 1-2 count. Watson looking for a strikeout. To work out the inning, the 1-2 stays outside. Looking for a front door breaker, but stays outside. 2-all count now to Owen Stevenson. 2 outs, runners all over the place. 2-2 from Watson. Hard hit ball, drifting foul, and that will get out of play. No play able to be made for Macias at first. That sends the MLB China dugout scrambling for cover. 2-2 again coming up. As Stevenson does a one-arm swing to make sure his bat path is correct. To adjust here, the 2-2. Slight bend of the knees for Stevenson. 2-2 from Watson in the dirt. Makes it a full count with 2 outs. Bases loaded. Owen Stevenson. Give MLB China their first lead with the ball in the gap here. Runners will be on the move. Right side of the infield playing back. Full count delivery and a strikeout called on Owen Stevenson, who's not happy with the call. MLB China leaves them loaded. No runs, no hits. Actually 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left on. The Colonials due up next. They lead it 4-2. So we head to the bottom of the 5th here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
Bottom of the 5th. Colonials due up. Rian Awase pinch hitting here for Kason Davenport. Awase, best known as a pitcher for the Colonials. 1-0 count to Awase. Awase awaiting the 1-0 from Jung Ha. One 1-0 called a strike. Goes to 1-1 count to Rion Owase. Owase, previously mentioned, better known as a pitcher, but will bat occasionally for the Colonials. The 1-1, and Owase fouls it back. 1-2 count. Owase 5'7", 135. From Chiba, Japan. And attends Oxnard College here in California. Posted a 6.61 ERA for Oxnard. 1-2. Jung Ha fires to Owase. That one's upstairs. Forces Owase to bend out of the way. 2-all count. Owase, when pitching, features a knuckleball. So the only knuckleballer here in the PSCL and also the CPCL as far as we know. The 2-2 outside. Goes to a full count. The full count to Owase. Hunt delivers in, and that's outside. Owase draws the walk on his pitch hitting appearance. Owase on first here for Trinity Berlin. The 0-0 to Berlin is outside, called a ball, 1-0 to the DH today for the Colonials. Coach Nate Lambden always makes his changes around the 5th or the 6th to make sure all of his players get ample attempts at bat. Ball in the dirt. Owase scampered a few feet away, but scampers back. 2-0 count. Time called by Ray Chang, the manager/coach. For MLB China, no one was warming up in the China bullpen. As the runners will reconvene with Nate Lambden to talk over the game plan here against Jung Ha. As the Colonials, as mentioned earlier, looking to be playing 500 ball in the PSCL season. This is their 8th game of the year, and they are 3-4 on the season. MLB China is 8 games in. This is their 9th. They are 1-7. Both teams averaging just around 4 runs a game. As the catcher now, after the mound visit, breaks apart, and Chen Kwong has to retie his shoe before he gets back into the crouch. 2-0 count here to Trinity Berlin. Jung Hunt delivers the 2-0 inside to Berlin, and Owase with a stolen base. As the throw was to the far side of the second base bag, and Wei Shin had to bring it back from the third base side of the second base bag to attempt to make the tag. 3-0 here to Berlin. Owase on second, dancing around. The 3-0 fouled, lasered off towards the MLB China dugout, and it looks like everyone's okay, but sent them cowering again for the second time. 3-1 count now. Here for Trinity Berlin, facing Jung Ha for the second time. 3-1. We'll do it again. And that one hits Belind square in the back. That's runners on first and second now for Ramon Macias, and now someone is working in the MLB China bullpen down the right field line. This is Sawase on second, Belind on first, and Ramon Macias, who's singled, scored a run, and struck out and reached on an E2, though, in that second strikeout, or in his first strikeout of the game. Macias, bat resting on the shoulder, brings it up. Chopper right side, snagged by Haynes, goes to Wei Shin. The 3-6-3 is not completed as Awase scores as the ball over from Wei Shin took Haynes off the bag. Macias safe, and a run scores to make it 5-2 as Awase scored all the way from second. Belind is out. Macias on first on the fielder's choice and E6. Thomas Carrillo is being pinch hit for here. As mentioned, this is when we see all the Colonials make their changes. Max Duckweiler up to bat now. We've seen him pitch a few times for the Colonials as well this season. Right-handed batter pops one up on the infield, drifting back though, and calling everyone off is Ku Yin from center field, and he dropped the ball, but they're saying he completed the out and he dropped it on the exchange. 4 out, number 2 on the F8. So it's 2 outs regardless of how the 2 outs happen. It was because Macias took off for second and was tagging up after he thought that the call or the catch was made, but he was called out at second. First one to Haruto Endo. Below the knees. 1-0 count to Endo. Endo from Yokohama, Japan. Chopper right side, gets through the infield, and there's a hit for Endo coming off the bench. Runners at first and second with 2 outs now for the Colonials. The Colonials looking to add on here in the 5th. As it's now Ray Avila batting for Tino Zaya. Tino Zaya, make that. Being pinch hit for by Ray Avila. Avila watches the first one. Around the shoulders, high, 1-0 count. To the new third baseman. Colonials lead it. 5-2. After Rian Awase made it 5-2. A 1-1 count. It's a 5-2 game. As that one's outside. Called a strike though, 1-2. To Ray Avila, 2 outs here. Bottom of the 5th. As we're nearing the time limit here. Just about 2 hours down now. 1-2, long pause from Jung Huh. Checking on the runner on from second. Chopper left side, fielded by Wei Shin. Fires it to first, not in time. And Ray Avila beats out the infield single. And Mike Roberson up to bat now. Roberson walking a double on his day. Colonials lead 5-2. Here in the bottom of the fifth, Roberson watches the first one for a called strike. The 0-1. Another one on the outer black, called a strike. Quickly goes to 0-2 to Mike Roberson. Jung Hun looking to limit the damage here in the fifth. It's Colonials lead at 5-2, 0-2 count, 2 outs. Runners have the bases loaded. Hunt delivers. And Roberson swinging through. Leaves him loaded on the strikeout. One run across on no hits for the Colonials. They lead it 5-2 here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Two locations with something for everyone. Stuffed Pizza Bar and Grill.
Colonials lead at 5-2 after 5 full innings here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network. Cole Paveglio alongside you today from Palm Springs Stadium. As is Jones leading it off for MLB China DC as they're down after 5 full. And Tino Zaya now on the mound replacing Jordan Watson. After Watson set up for the win. First pitch from Zaya. Inside and tight to Jones. It's Jones. Jun Wei Shin. And Young Chin Kwang will be batting here for MLB China. And the 1-0 sent screaming towards the MLB China dugout. Caught the foul pole netting, though, before it got to the dugout. 1-1 count now. The 1-1 is watched inside. Goes to 2-1 here for Jones. Jones on the day. Strikeout and a hit in his 2 at-bats. And he sends that one foul. 2-2 count now for Jones. Two. Inside the breaker. Doesn't break enough. Looking for a backdoor strike 3 call. Goes to a full count. Full count is upstairs, and Zaya gives up the leadoff walk after coming out of the bullpen. Pinch hitter here for MLB China. It's no longer Junwei Shin. It's now actually is Junwei Shin batting. Called a strike to Wei Shin, 0-1. Called strike 2 to Jun Wei Shin. The 0-2 is a step off by Zaya. Wei Shin 0-2 is upstairs, almost hits him. Jones on first. Jung Wei Shin, the pinch hitter here for Leon D. Min. Fly ball center field, fielded by Conti for out number 1 on the F8. Another pinch hitter here coming up. Number 16 now for MLB China. That is Zhou Luan. Goes by Zhou Luan. One-0 count to Zhou Luan. Top of the 6th. 5-2 game. Colonials lead it. Runner on first. The 1-0 stays high and outside. Goes to 2-0. Young Chin Kwon is who he's pinch hitting for. Chin Kwon on the day. Popped out in a strikeout. As it's now a 3-0 count after a check swing, called no swing. As it's the top of the 6th. 5-2 game. .3-0 count. 2-1 count. Tino Zaya looking to roll up a double play here as there's no outs. Zaya checks the runner, delivers the 2-1, and that's a swinging strike for a 2-2 count now. To Zhou Luan. 2-2. To Luan. Stays upstairs. A full count now from Tino Zaya. Zaya not looking to give up the walk here. Put runners on first and second as we're about to turn over the order for MLB China. Full count, taken off, and a strikeout called on a delayed strikeout call allows Jones to take second. That's 2 outs. As there's a fly out for Jungwei Shin, and now a strikeout for out number 2. This is Joe Shinpin now up to bat. Swinging strike from Shinpin for strike 1. 1 out away for MLB China. So we're just about the time limit here. The Colonials looking for their 4th victory. Another check swing, 1 around for strike 2. Game started at approximately 11:34, and we're just crossed the 2-hour 10 mark. 0-2, Zaya looking for the strikeout here. The 0-2, and that's a strikeout for Zaya. And we'll have to wait and see if that is the game. The game is being called, and the Colonials take it 5-2. They improved to 4-4 on the PSCL season. China goes to 1-8. The Colonials now playing 500 baseball. They take this game over MLB China. The Colonials win it 5-2. I've been Cole Paveglio alongside you from Palm Springs Stadium, and we'll be back with more PSCL baseball tomorrow on Saturday morning. And until next time, so long from all of us on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.